All right, so 47. If 5 times a number, so 5 times a number is increased by 50, the result, so in other words, it equals the same as when 200 is decreased by the same number. There you go. Find the number. All right. There's no combined like terms. There's no distributive property, but there is a variable on both sides. So let's get rid of one of them. These two will go away. I'll get 6x over here plus 50 equals 200. Minus 50 on both sides. 6x equals 150. Divide both sides by 6. X equals whatever that is. 150 divided by 6 is going to give me 25. Okay. So just to double check, so if I take a number, so if I take 5 times a number, so 5 times 125, 5 times 25 is 125, and I add that to 50, I get 175 on the right side. Right, so I'm saying that repeating the whole process, but except that instead of dx, I'm using 25. On the other side, so they're saying that that's the same thing as 200 decreased by that number. 200 decreased by that number. Do I get 175? I do. So we are good. 48. If 10 times a certain number, let's call this a, by the way, is increased by 4, so add 4 to it, the result is 12 more than 9 times that number in this case. All right, find a number. All right, so again, these ones are even simpler than the other ones. We don't have to identify anybody, so it's just really translating the sentences. So let's get rid of one of the variables. There's no combined like terms. There's no distributive property, so we're left with eliminating a variable from one of the sides. These two go away. 10a minus 9a is a, plus 4 equals 12. Minus 4 on each side, and our a is going to be 8. You can go back and check, so that's basically what we're doing. So 10 times 8 plus 4 equals 12 plus 9 times 8. 10 times 8 is 80, plus 4, we get 84 on the left side. On the right side, 12 plus 72 is indeed 84. So looks like we're good. 49. 3 times a number, 3, let's call it y, is increased by 22. The result is 14 less, so it equals 14 less than 7 times that number. So little adjustment here on the right side. 14 less than a number, we're going to have to switch that and make it 7y minus 14. All right. Straightforward. Minus 3y on this side, minus 3y on this side. I forget to do the wall. That goes away. We're left with 22 on the left and 4y minus 14 on the right. We're going to add 14 to both sides first. That goes away. 4y equals whatever that is, 36. Divide both sides by 4. And y equals 9. So I'm going to check. We got 3 times 9 plus 22. Equals 14 minus 7 times 9. Let's see if that works out. Something's wrong here. Oh, that's because I substituted in the wrong equation. So it's 7 times 9 minus 14. My apologies. 3 times 9 is 27. Plus 22 equals 49 on the left side. And then on the other side, 63. 7 times 9 is 63 minus 14. Does that give us 49? Yes, it does. Then at the bottom, we have 17 and 18. Find 4 consecutive odd integers. So here's my x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6. So imagine if x was 1, plus 2 would be 3, plus 4 would be 5, and plus 6 would be 7. So it doesn't matter which, right? So that's my first, second, third, and fourth odd, all of them being consecutive. Such that the sum of the first three exceeds the fourth by 18. So if I add the first three, x plus 2 plus x plus 4, if I add those and subtract that from, so if I take that, add the first three, and subtract that, subtract the fourth, so it exceeds, is greater than the fourth by 18. That's what that says. So if you take the first three consecutive odd integers, and you add them up, and then and from that you subtract the fourth consecutive number, then you're gonna get 18. So I didn't need to put parentheses on the first one because it's all addition, so that just stays x. Well, I could combine like terms, but I'll do that later. X plus 2, x plus 4, and here, remember, that's going to change things. It's going to be minus x, and then minus 6 equals 18. Combine like terms, we have 1x, 2x, 3x, minus x, so I get 2x, right? Because these two can go away, and I have 2x plus x is 2x. 2 plus 4 is 6, minus 6, and that's just going to go away, and then 18. So x equals, so divide both sides by 2, x equals 9. The first number is 9. Second number is 11, fourth number is 13, and then last number is 15. So let's see if that works out. So it says if I add the first three consecutive integers, odd integers, 9, 11, and 13. So if I do 9 plus 11 plus 13, and from that I subtract the last one, I should get 18. 9, 11 is 20, 20 and 13 is 33. And if I subtract 15, do I really get 18? I do. So we're good. 18, find three positive consecutive odd integers, another odd integer, x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 2, x plus 4, so here are my consecutive first, second, and third number. Find three, such that the largest decreased by 3 times the second is 47 less than the smallest. Okay, so the largest, so start with the largest. So the largest, x plus 4, decreased by, I'll put everything in parentheses, decreased by 3 times the second, which is x plus 2, is or equals 47 less than the smallest, which is x. So obviously, we need to switch these two because the word was less than. Okay, so now let's get rid of the parentheses before we do anything. So this stays x plus 4. This is minus 3x minus 6 equals x minus 47. Combine like terms on the left side? Yes, I can combine this guy and this guy. It gives me negative 2x. Positive 4 and minus 6 gives me negative 2 equals x minus 47. I have variables on both sides, so I want to get rid of the small one. The smaller one in this case is negative 2, right? Because that's a coefficient of negative 2, and this is a coefficient of 1. So the smaller coefficient is negative 2. So let's get rid of negative 2. So we'll do plus 2x, and we'll do plus 2x on this side of the wall. These two guys go away. Minus 2 comes down. And then 2x plus 3, x plus 2x is 3x minus 47. Well, it's a two-step equation. So we're going to do plus 47 on this side and plus 47 on the other side. Those two go away because 0 out. 3x comes down, and this becomes 45. Divide both sides by 3, and our odd number is 15. So 15 is our first odd number. What do you call it? 17 is our second one, and 19 is the third. So you can double check, right? You can go sub in and check. So it says find 3 consecutive odd integers such that the largest, so if I take the largest, decreased minus 3 times the second, which is 17, is 47 less than the smallest, or the smallest, which in this case is 15, minus 47. So let's say if the right side equals the left side. So 19, 3 times 17 is 51. So I'm going to get 32. Negative 32. Now on this side, 15 minus 47 is also negative 32. Look at that. So everything works out. I think we have a couple more. Ew, 3 more. 38 on the other side. Separate 144 into 2 groups, such that one group will be 12 less. Yeah, so this is 12 less than twice the other. Okay, so I have 144. Let me separate in 2 groups. So if one group, let's call it, separate 2 groups of people, I guess. Let's say there's 144 people, and I want to divide them in 2 groups. So let's separate, and let's say that in this on the left side, I took X number of people. So on the right side, how many people will be on this group? Well, it'd be 144 minus X. There are my 2 groups, right? Doesn't say evenly or equally or anything like that. So there's 144 kids. I took a few of them. There they are. And on the other side, how many kids are left over? Well, it's going to be 144 minus however many are on the other side. So those are my 2 groups. Such that one group will be 12 less than twice the other. So one group, X, will be equal 12 less than twice the other group. 144 minus X. Because it's less than, we're going to switch this around, and we're going to get 144 minus X minus 12. And that's our equation. And I think the tricky part was this. Right, how do I name the groups, right? So I think this was the tricky part. Now the rest, let's see if we can solve it. So that's X. 288 minus 2X minus 12. Can we combine like terms? Not on the left side, but on the right side, I can get 276 minus 2X. I'm going to get rid of one of the variables. So let's add 2X to both sides. I'm going to get 3X equals 276. Divide both sides by 3, and it's 276 divided by 3. Let's see, 2 and 7 is 9, plus 6 is 15. Yes, it is. So it's going to give me a nice number. So what is that? 276 divided by 3 is going to be 92. So in this group, we had 92 people. So in the other group, it's going to be 144 minus 92, which is going to be 52. There's my 2 groups. Okay. 39. Separate 45 into 2 parts. Again, now it's the same thing. So here's 45 kids in the gym. I'm breaking them into 2 groups, or 2 parts. I'm going to put X many kids on this side of the gym, and on the other side of the gym, we're going to have 45 minus X. Okay? So, such that 5 times the smaller is 6 less than twice the greater. So, and I don't know who's the smaller and who's the larger. I have no idea right now. So let's just call this a smaller, and let's just label this as the larger group. So now let's go to the sentence. Separate 45 2 parts. I did, such that 5 times the smaller, 5 times X, is 6 times less than twice the greater one, which we call 45 minus X. This is 5X. This we're going to switch the order. 45 minus X minus 6. And now it's just solving. We get 5X equals 90 minus 2X minus 6. Combine like terms? Yeah, we can call that 84 minus 2X. Right, I combine 90 minus 6. Let's get rid of one of the variables. Let's do plus 2X on both sides. That goes away, and I get 7x equals 84. That's a nice, pretty number. Divide both sides by 7, and x equals 12. So the smaller group here, the 12 kids on that side of the gym, and the larger group is going to be 45 minus 12, which is going to give us 33. Okay. So again, I think that was the tricky part. Last one, 41. The larger of two numbers is one more than 3 times the smaller. The difference between 8 times the smaller and 2 times the larger is 10. Ugh. Alright, so we have two numbers. A large number and a small number. So the larger of the two numbers, so it's one more than 3 times the smaller one. Well, we don't know what the smaller one, so that's going to be our x. So a larger number, in comparison to the small number, is one more than 3 times the small. So that's what the larger is. Right? It's being referred to in reference to x, in terms of x, the small number. That's how we write it. One more than 3 times the small. So we identified who's who. Now let's set up equation. The difference implies subtraction. The difference between 8 times the smaller, so 8 times the smaller, and 2 times the larger, 1 plus 3x, is 10. There's my equation. The difference between 8 times the smaller minus 2 times the larger equals 10. All right. So 8x. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. And negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x. Equals 10. Combine like terms. 8x minus 6x is 2x. Minus 2 equals 10. And then from here on, it's a very simple equation. Plus 2, plus 2. 2x equals 12. Divide both sides by 2, and x equals 6. All right, I think that's it. And x equals 6. And that makes the larger, well, if we substitute here, we get 1 plus 3 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 1 is 19. Yep, makes sense. So the larger one is 3 times greater than small one, plus 1. 3 times greater than small is 18, plus 1 is 19. Yeah, it looks okay. All right, so those were your check for understanding.